infused cinnamon toast crunch bagels.
This recipe is very simple to make. It's super fun, kind of brought me back to my childhood, and it requires very little ingredients. You're going to start off with 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of yogurt, any yogurt of your choice. I had a flavored yogurt, which is honey vanilla, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I then put a couple drops of tincture, my favorite kind of tincture, into the yogurt and mixed it into the yogurt a little bit before I folded in the flour. I fold the flour in for a little bit, but then when you're making anything with dough, you're going to have to get your hands dirty. So once you mix it in a little bit with the spoon, then start using your hands to form a more solid dough. But this is where it gets fun. This dough is not like any other dough because it's just yogurt and flour pretty much. It's sticky. It's a very sticky dough. And you think, well, at least I thought to myself, I have to be doing something wrong because it never got solid. But I reminded myself, Tempest, you're stoned. Keep on going. Keep going. But this is the dough. Again, it's very sticky. Even with it being so sticky, I sectioned it off into about 4 sections to make 4 bagels. The bagels were very hard to form because, again, the dough is so sticky. I kept adding flour to the cutting board thinking it has to get a little bit more solid, but it never did. It's just a sticky dough, and I had to deal with it because it was so hard to make the bagel. Again, like I said, my struggle is real here. You can see it on camera. I formed it better on the parchment paper. So I was like, okay, we'll keep going. It's a trust the process kind of thing. I put it on the parchment paper and then shaped the shape into the dough design, the bagel design. Look at that. Sticky, nasty. Couldn't even get it off my fingers, really. My fingers are clean. I washed my hands several times thinking maybe if I wash my hands, it would be easier to form the dough. It doesn't matter. The dough is sticky, okay? It's a sticky dough. After that, you pretty much can go ahead and throw it in the oven at 375 for 30 minutes and bake them as such. Or you can be like me and add toppings to your bagel. I decided to make an infused crumble. I added some delicious can of butter, my favorite kind of butter, to brown sugar, white sugar, flour, and vanilla. And I did a tablespoon of each one of those things I just mentioned. I whisked up or spooned up an egg wash and spooned it on top of my dough. I don't have one of those fancy brushes. Even though you can get them from the Dollar Tree, I still don't have one. I don't know why I don't have one. Being a chef that I am, I should get one of those. But I spooned some egg on top of the dough and placed that crumble that I made, that infused crumble, onto the dough. So now the dough is infused, the crumble's infused. So this makes an infused cinnamon toast crunch bagel right here. You can put any topping you want on top though. If you want to put some blueberries on top or some strawberries on top, you can. You can even put your crumble throughout the dough batter if you even wanted to do that. You can make it however so. But this is how they turned out after you put the crumble on. Delicious already before you even bake it. So voila, it's baked now, and I burnt the shit out of my fingers squeezing that. I didn't want to say anything, but they turned out really good and they were really delicious. Infuse your food.